by the way, I was looking at a Big Finish's new site is up, sort of. Not working, right? It won't let me into my account. And we'll try it again. Won't let me into my account. And I don't think anybody actually has managed to get in yet. One second. Just make sure I got the credentials and we'll try one more time. And, we'll have a quick look at it. I don't know. It seems okay to me, right? But look, I click sign in and I'm going and getting this like slow turny wheel. And it doesn't look like anything's happening whatsoever, right? No, it said no. It can't log us in with those details, right? So let's try. Okay, I had one email address, but I changed it. I think this morning before they switched over website. So I'm not sure which one they're pulling the data from. Yeah, no, so they can't sign in with either. And what I can understand, I don't think. Let me just check the Twitter ads. I think most people are unable to get into it as yet, right? And now, okay, the release of Death World, originally planned for July 29th, has been temporarily postponed. Apologies for the inconvenience. We'll let you know as soon as possible. I think they're probably the delay is about the website. Okay, let's hear. Fine, let's share this. 1 second. Fine. Now share screen. Okay, welcome to our new site. Don't try and log in, whatever you do. Okay, so you have... honestly, I think the design is pretty strong, frankly. Okay, let's see what happens when you click one of these things. I like the design. People have been bitching about it, but it seems pretty easy to navigate through. Right, series. That's interesting. They got it broken down into the new and old series. Worlds of Doctor Who. Okay, this is very easy to navigate. I'm sorry. Right, this is very easy to navigate. Does it go down? Yeah. Yeah. What was it? Torchwood. Fine, whatever. Blake 7. Again, I find this very easy to navigate. Worlds of Jerry Anderson. TV Worlds. They got Sapphire still back. Whoa. Wait. What? This hasn't been available for donkey's years. No, I reckon this is a mistake. Because if you can get this... Oh, yeah, they do. I remember they bought them back. Right. You can get them as these boxes. But yeah, but look at how long it's taken to go other worlds. Vienna should really be in Doctor Who, Worlds of Doctor Who. That's where she came from. Okay, but generally speaking, I think a pretty nice design. Sadly, doesn't work, right? Sadly, it's not up and running yet. Yeah, let's see what they have to say about it on the Twitter ads. There we go. Next.com. Doink. We do. British Video Moment sends strong message to migrants. If you don't love this country, okay, I can't argue with you there. At Big Finish. So that's why they've delayed this release, Deathworld, because the website's not working. You can't get it. If you're trying to log in, please reset your password only on the new site and then access the new app. It might take some time to receive the reset confirmation email. Please also check it out. I don't want to reset it. I don't want to reset because I can't get to the email address that's registered with. Yeah, look, this is actually turning into a bit of a shit show. We're trying to say everybody's download library and audit history across our old website. Purchases in physical and digital may not show initially as we finish migrating data, so please be patient. If you're missing titles by August 5th, fuck me, please do contact us. I would expect them instantly, frankly. What? If you didn't receive an email, fine. I'm not resetting my bloody password. Let's see this again. If you try to log in, please reset your password only. Okay, it's not saying I have to. Only on the new website and then access the new app. Yeah, it's not working. Right? It's not working. You can't log in. Please DM. Okay, 1 second. If you're trying to, okay, fine. So I guess I'll just, how do I DM them? I guess I got an email. Really? Is that the DM you're talking about? Yeah, I can't send you a message. Like, what does DM mean? Now you're just trying to do my head in. And how do I find your email address when your website is not working? Okay, 1 second. Yeah, we can work this out. We go over here. Yeah, no, I don't want to go to the news site, right? Let's go down to the bottom. I bet they got contact there. Contact us. Inquiries. Okay, I think inquiries is the way to go. Right. New website problem. Okay. Hi. I not able. See, I feel this is relevant. Able to log into my account on the new website and app. My username is, I gotta be quiet now, is Okay, fine, good. And password, an email associated with that account is, okay, fine. However, ... I reset that to at Gmail. I could actually say it's in the show notes at gmail.com. Fine. I don't know. I was being cagey about that. That was just stupid, right? That was good. How I reset the to this morning on the old site as I no longer have the login to 1 second. Okay, I no longer have the login there to there. So can't. So no, this is just too complicated. Fine, let's try this again. My username is an email associated with the account is however, I reset that this morning on the old site as I no longer have the password to apply. So can't get any mail there. My password is Okay, fine. I got through the however, both on the site and the app. Both on the site and the app. When I try and log in, it says that I'll just read it out. I'll read it out from the app. Okay, I'll just go into the bloody app and reading it. That's what I'm going to do. Because I just said these don't match for both email addresses. Please help. There you go. Now let's look. Normally the customer service is very good. They took a while to refund me. All right, for once in the future, but generally speaking, fine. Doink. Now, that was sent on July 30th. I will report back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So this rumor comes from let me tell you exactly where. This is from Cytrek, right? I'll give you a link to his channel. brilliant. I mean, like, bigger channel than me, by like 25,000. Well, I'll give him a link anyway. So it's from a video here. And he says that the Disney are looking into their options, right? Disney are looking into their options about what to do with Doctor Who, right? Because it has underperformed. It hasn't been as good as they hoped it would. This is just the reality. All right. I mean, just look at pathetic Comic Con was, right? Well, I love this thumbnail. We're doing a Sea Devil spin-off, and this time will be relevant for the modern audience. You mean we're all going to be gay, right? Of course. Fuck you, Russell. I do like the gay Silurian, right? Sea Devil, I should say, rather than Silurian. But yeah, so the rumor is that Russell has he been fired? Yeah, Disney are unsure if they want to continue with Rusty Davies at the helm. Now, the rumor I heard was Disney are unsure that they want to continue. Now, BBC and Bad Wolf are 100% sure they want to continue. They need to continue, right? But look, this era has just massively underperformed. That's just the reality, right? Just reality. So, a stipulation for Disney upping past the second year, which is all. I mean, they've basically done it now. They just got to film the 5-part War Between the Land and the Sea. And again, for Disney, this still was a good deal, right? Even though it wasn't gangbusters and it didn't light the world on fire, it gave them programming cheaper than like half the price that they've been making it. They get 9 episodes a year. That's the Christmas special, and 8 episode shows. That's 18. Plus, you had the initial 2023 4 specials, Christmas special, and 3. So it's 9, 18. That's 18, 21. Then they have another 5-parter with the war between the land and the sea. If that's what it's called. So that's 26 episodes. Right? Essentially, they get 26 hours of entertainment for $100 million, right? And they got with them. What was it? With what's that thing called again? The Acolyte. They got essentially 5 hours for 280, right? So 23 hours for 100, or 5 hours for, is it 280 or 180? Like they spend a ridiculous amount of money on their. So the other rumor I heard was that it's very. This is considered a low budget series for Disney. However, as I said, Doctor Who, as it's an outside production, it's something that they could demand actual accountability for, right? So the idea that they want to continue with a third season right now, I don't really see it. So the other rumor is it's Russell Davies and Shooty, or maybe just Shooty, right? And I don't think these rumors are so insanely out there, right? I look, from a theological, for want of a better word, from an ideological point of view, Disney loves Russell D. Davies. He's doing exactly what they want, and Disney is so happy with what he put out. The thing they're not happy with is its failure, and it has failed, right? People are just in such weird denial about it. Yes, it failed. For goodness sake, it didn't light up the world at all. Stop saying, "Oh, it's doing well with children." No, it's not. It really isn't. I mean, that's the truth. It might be doing better than anything else on the BBC because that's how badly it's doing. Like only most children don't watch it instead of all children don't watch it, right? Okay, it's just not making any impact whatsoever, right? No one's been enjoying this series. It's all been out of like contractual obligation, essentially, right? And there's been no buzz going on whatsoever. So has he been fired? It's a rumor. I know. It's a rumor to me that makes sense. And it's a rumor to me that makes sense. That's really the bottom line, right? And look, it's not like it's getting Jodie like press when Jodie was just heaped with praise constantly, right? It's just not doing very well, right? Bottom line, it's just not. And I'm sorry to be the one to like these people just freak out at the idea. What? It's not doing very well. How can it mean it's the most popular thing on the BBC on a Thursday? In the middle of the summer for 6 to 7.5 year olds. I mean, they come up with these two ridiculous. So I'm just saying this. It just distracted me. It's it's just not working. Okay, that's really what I'm trying. It's just not working, right? Part of the show going forward. So I'm just going over the different things we have to look at. What was it? 1, 5. Okay, so this problem that we're going to talk about right now is a reason why they will want to get rid of Russell Davies, right? Why is this failed? Essentially because of Russell Davies. His every instinct has been a bad one. I mean, what, the two-legged Davros? It was a very stupid idea, right? It was a genuinely very stupid idea, and it was the first of many, many genuinely very, very, very stupid ideas, right? Leaning heavy into the trans thing, just as the whole world goes, no, thank you, right? It's a very bad idea, and they just have lots and lots of very bad ideas. So I can understand why they would want to carry on, because it's a cheap show for them. Again, $100 million for 23 hours of TV when they're spending 280 on 5. It seems like they're doing very well. Yeah, 1 second. Here, let's do the math. You have, so we'll do, what was it, 23 times 60, right? That's how many minutes they get, right? 1380. So you have 100. How many zeros is it? 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 100 million divided into 1380 comes out at $72,000 a minute. Okay, that's how much they're spending on this. $72,000 a minute. Whereas times 60 equals. So we have 300 minutes. That's 5 hours divided into 280 million. Comes out to, well, that could be wrong now. 280 million. That's what they're wrong. 3, 1, 2, 3. Divided into 300. That's how many minutes it was. Okay, so that makes sense. So they're paying 75,000 a minute for Doctor Who and $1 million a minute for The Acolyte. Okay, I mean, okay then. It's to them it's a cheap show, right? That's what a cheap show is. It's significantly cheaper. It's how many times? Over 10 times cheaper than The Acolyte, and probably doing marginally better, right? But Russell Davies has had many, many duffer ideas. One of his biggest duffer ideas is keeping David Tennant's Doctor around, right? And say, oh no, we're never going to see him again. Like, we believe a word coming out your bloody mouth, Russell. Right? So, Doctor Who's new spin-off already risks a possible David Tennant problem. Yes, it does. Because Russell Davies is a freaking idiot, essentially. Despite initial excitement around the new Doctor Who spin-off, the show is already facing the same impossible David Tennant problem that the original show dealt with. And Russell's thinking about this was just so stupid. Oh, it was so marvelous. Oh, I thought, wouldn't it be great to have the Doctors together? And this is the way you did it before he regenerates. The way you did it was just dumb. I mean, really, it was. I mean, honestly, you should have had I would have had all the specials start with the 15th Doctor, frankly, and then work towards the bi-generation, which was a shit idea in of itself. But okay, despite initial excitement, blah blah blah. Doctor Who season 14 may only have wrapped in June, but the new information is already available about what's expected in the Doctor Who universe. Screen Rant attended the Doctor Who panel at San Diego Comic-Con, where shooting out when Millie Gibbs and Russell Davies spoke about the upcoming season of Doctor Who. Additionally, Russell T Davies goes, yeah, this. You know how boring it was? I haven't even downloaded it to like listen to different sections and make. There's so much content there. I'm just bored. It is boring. Spoke about the upcoming season of Doctor Who. Additionally, Russell has confirmed the rumors that have been going around online about the spin-off featuring the Sea Devils, the classic Doctor Who villain, the show titled The War Between the Land and the Sea. Oh, and it's going to be glorious. Oh, big budget, explosion. Oh, glory. Fuck off, Russell. Will be written by Russell Davies and former show and Doctor Who writer Pete McTeague. I don't know. Look, I wish Pete McTeague, I feel bad for him. I wish he was coming in like the Moffat era, right? I could like, he clearly loves Doctor Who, but he's just been around at the wrong bloody time when all of entertainment is garbage, right? And I do feel bad for him because, like, I bet he has wanted to write Doctor Who all his life, and he had to come in and probably be one of the best creative people around, around the Chibnall era at the wrong time. So I'm glad he's getting this gig, right? I don't really like his little short movies, especially the one with Joe Grant and the lesbians. I'm like, jeez, why does everybody have to be gay and a drag queen all the fucking time, right? But I don't really blame him for that, right? That's the world he lives in. If he came in at a normal era, right, with normal people as his, as his influences to guide him, he could probably have been a good writer. I just thought he's had that opportunity stolen from him by living in the times we do. So I feel bad for Pete McTeague. And Doctor Who season 14 director Dylan Holes Baker. Okay, Dylan Holes, come here, Dylan Holes. Man, do you reckon he was a fag at school at Eton? Come here, Dylan Holes. Holes Baker. Bend over, boy. Also directed, unlike he did when he was at school. Well, he got very much directed into him, from what I understand. This is the most exciting reveals. This is one of the most exciting reveals at San Diego Comic-Con 2024. Exactly. Boredom bloody city. Yeah. Nobody gives a shit. But the show also comes with one major issue: the existence of David Tennant's 14th Doctor. Yes, you dumb fucks. Yes, exactly. See, that was fine. During the panel, this is what happens when the Doctor's not in town. The 5-episode series unit has to go up against the Sea Devils. Okay, they're going against Sea Devils, who wake up and are angry about the state of the ocean. Okay, I mean, but again, man, if Malcolm Hugh wrote that, I think it'll be good. If a competent writer wrote it, I think it'll be good. The creatures reveal themselves to humanity, causing an international crisis. Okay, so it's going to start off like Children of Earth, and wage war on the land and the sea. Returning the characters, including Gemma Redgrave's most boring Kate and Alexander Derivant's Colonel Ibrahim, almost certainly going to be gay, don't you think? Well, yeah, I mean, Muslims always are. However, the entire premise rests on one detail: the Doctor being gone. Right, and not only is the Doctor there, he's there with the TARDIS. He's there with the TARDIS because Russell T Davies is a fucked up moron, right? Essentially. Oh, it was so dumb. Gets the big cartoon hammer out. Oh, God, I hate it. Unfortunately, the bi-generation and Doctor Who 60th anniversary special, The Giggle, complicates the issue. I mean, are they just going to forget about it? They could do that. If the story takes place chronologically after The Giggle, the 14th Doctor should still be on Earth. It's entirely out of the Doctor's personality to remain complacent where the world could be destroyed. Well, that's happened. What was he doing during the Sutek thing? Or 73 yards, right? Or any of them? I don't know what to tell you. I am sitting at home and watching the terror on TV like it just doesn't make sense. I know, because Russell T Davies is a fucked up moron whose talent has leaked out of his fucking ears. War Between the Land and Sea could potentially undermine the 14th Doctor character if the writers chose to overlook his role in the universe. Of course they're going to, because lastly David referred to David and the 14th Doctor as part, and it's unlikely they would be off planet. This spin-off issue is the latest in the showrun struggle with bi-generation. Again, such a dumb idea. The idea, again, was that he wanted to have the new Doctor interacting with the old Doctor before he regenerated. Oh, that'd be so much fun. And I kind of hear that. I mean, look, it was a kind of punchy air moment in Dare the Doctor, right? When you had all the Doctors at the end, calling the time caps from Gallifrey. That one, and now from an extra. You know, that bit, awesome. And then it got super awesome when Peter Capaldi was like, no, sir, all 13. I mean, that was all, yeah. That was great, right? That was great. But if they were going to do that, everything really needs to be gone back and rethought. Get rid of Yasmin Finney, firstly. All right? Like, get rid of the trans propaganda, right? I know in 2022, when you started to write it, it was fine. It was good, right? When did the Bud Light boycott happen? Was that 2023? Right? Because that's when I was saying, like, the bottom really started to fall out, the trans thing, right? Like, absolutely started to implode. Here, one second, so look this up. Over here, doink. Bud Light boycott. Doink. It was April 2023. Okay, so he was writing this December 22, I would say, right? So yeah, I mean, like, he had no idea that there was going to be a complete collapse of his worldview, right? Yeah. And again, if it had worked, he would have been smelling of flowers. Okay, but he just had bad ideas. The show can explain the Doctor's absence by saying they're off the planet. Right, exactly. The Doctor spin-off has always taken heat for the Doctor not showing up, but there was always a built excuse in Sarah Jane Adventures that their absence is explained as the Doctor's getting called away to Gallifrey where humans couldn't go. Whatever. You don't need to overthink it that much, right? Throughout Torchwood, the running expectation of the Doctor's absence was he can't be everywhere at once. And also the thing about the rift, he didn't like going there too much. There's a universe full of planets and species to say besides Earth. Okay, fair enough. Unfortunately, there's two things. There's a problem with that. Now they're saturating the franchise with Doctors, which they're doing. You go like, well, you can have a Doctor everywhere all the time. They're limitless, the ones of them. So unfortunately, the war between the land and the sea can't use this excuse because the Doctor is still on the planet in 2020s. They have worked out. They have a working TARDIS, and the character has a direct connection to the characters of the unit. Yeah, exactly. They live in the same bloody house. There's no reason the Doctor wouldn't step up for when there was declared war on Earth. Right? Exactly. Exactly. How the Doctor can easily resolve is David Tennant problem for now. Let us know. Right? He could go and live on Gallifrey for a bit. So there are two intriguing ways they could address David Tennant's problem in the War Between Land and Sea. The first involves the series taking place on an alternate universe. And no! Stop with your alternate fucking universes all the fucking time. Oh, it gives me a headache. Right? Every time I blink, there's an alternate universe. Stop. Alternatively, because slightly before the 13th Doctor regenerates in the 14th. Or they could have the 14th Doctor have been called to Gallifrey to recuperate there. Or something like that. And you could do it in a line. But it would mean Rusty Davies admitting that he's fucked up. And I don't think he's going to, right? I don't think he's going to be able to. So one thing people can't do, they can never admit that they fucked up, right? It's unfreaking believable. What to go for next? Let's go a bit of what culture? What culture? Okay, 10 moments that I saw this. Yeah, 10 moments that changed Doctor Who forever. Let's just tomorrow from the Seventh Doctor. Every decision creates ripples. I was watching Ghostlight the other night. Man, I love that episode. That story, right? Tomorrow, a line from the Seventh Doctor. Every decision creates ripples, like a huge boulder being thrown into the lake. The heavier decision, the larger the waves, the more dangerous, the more uncertain the consequences. So, yeah. So, okay. Let's see what their things that changed Doctor Who forever. Dalek Khan's temporal shift. How did that change things forever? The Daleks could time travel since the 60s. And having them be able to do it, individually and then this experimental advanced Dalek, I don't know. That makes sense to me. Evolution of Daleks ends with a standoff between the Doctor and Dalek Khan, the last of the Time Lords versus the last of the Daleks, at least as far as anybody knew at that point. Tired of the endless death and destruction, the Dalek shows Khan mercy, begging the Dalek to lay down its arms and finally end the conflict between the two species. It's no great surprise that Khan refuses and instead activates emergency temporal shift, a last-ditch randomized time and space teleporter that which is the reason the cult of Skaro ended up in the 1930s in the first place. Okay. Okay, there's a difference between Rusty Davies then and now, right? I remember saying in the Confidential that when they landed on in the chase, when they landed on the Empire State Building, I bet they looked around and it got caught in their data back that this structure could be useful for them if they're in this time and space. Although this time, though, the temporal shift took Kant further than 70 years into the past, across the Atlantic somehow, and he was able to breach the time lock around the last great time war, allowing him to see... What? But it was in the 1930s, and then it went back to the 1860s? What? That's not what happened. So, however, this time, though, the temporal shift took Khan a lot further than 70 years into the past. Somehow was able to breach the time lock around the last great time war, allowing him to save Davros and establish a new Dalek Empire. But it was very heavily intimated that it made him insane, right? That it was like a desperate thing to do, and it essentially made him bonkers. He does this with the look at that. He does also lose his mind in the process, but hey, swings and roundabouts. This sets the foundation for the season 4 finale, which has massive implications for the Doctor himself. If it wasn't for Dalek Khan's last-minute escape, then there would be no meta-crisis Doctor. Oh, for fuck off. Really? Really? I mean, that's not hardly changing anything forever. Like, nobody remembers a meta-crisis Doctor or... no. The Doctor's earthly exile. Did that change Doctor Who? I mean, didn't introduce UNIT, but it established them as a major thing. Anybody else to describe Doctor Who along with the bubble wrap and fish custard? That they're inevitably mentioned traveling through time and space at one point or another. But there was a time when the Doctor was stuck firmly in present. It's like what? How many episodes? How many stories was that? Like one season, if that. 1 second. Doctor Who episode guide. And they were always trying to get them, off. Let's take me to the right one, 2005. Yeah, 1 second. Third Doctor. Fine. So, Spirit of Space, obviously on Earth, Silurians. I think it was a very inventive way of keeping them on Earth as ambassadors of death. At Inferno, they went to an alternate reality, done quite well. So they're... Okay, Terror of the Autons, Mind of Evil, Claws of Axis, Colony in Space, they got them off Earth at last, right? But honestly, if you're inventive, I mean, the Daemons are freaking awesome. Dare the Daleks, Curse of Pelon, they got to get off the planet, Sea Devil, Mutant, they get off the planet, Time Monster on the planet, and then they're away, right? But, okay, it was a few years. It was actually a very clever idea, right? I think it saved them money and made them be able to make the show look a lot better and became more contemporary at the same time. Fine. So how did this change anything? It took over 3 seasons of Doctor to be granted full control of his TARDIS again And in that time, the Doctor worked in present-day Earth, fending off alien invasions with the assistance of UNIT, became an integral part of the show's landing possessed in present day. That was invented, right? The Doctor working with the military that template was invented in the War Machines. That changed Doctor Who forever, right? Captain Jack resurrection. How? How did that change everything forever? Well, he was a self-assured, confident he couldn't die. There was once a time when Captain Jack Harkness was as mortal as any other human. But with the parting of ways when the parting of ways happened, and Rose Tyler, after opening her heart, the blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. This changed Jack from a secondary human companion to one of the most important characters in modern Doctor Who era until he got cancelled. He returned for third and fourth series pivotal role. Yeah, but he was very charismatic and everybody liked him, right? I think everybody liked him for a reason, quite frankly, because he was very charismatic, right? So you're saying him becoming immortal? Not really. The Deadly Assassin changed Doctor Who forever. Time Lord's interference at the Daleks' genesis. Did that change Doctor Who forever? No. What are they talking about? Their popularity couldn't be matched. They're talking about the Daleks, especially during Dalek Mania in the 60s. But on screen, they usually depicted trying to invade Earth or destroy individual planets. Yet they were a threat, but they didn't tend to get more ambitious at destroying Earth's solar system in the Daleks' master plan. That will change the genesis of the Daleks, and a few years after putting the Doctor on trial for interference in Universal. Hey, this is a different production team, for goodness sake. The Time Lords pull him out of time and send him to Skaro, tasking him to destroy the Daleks at their point in creation. Here, the Doctor consciously establishes the Doctor to be the ultimate foe, but he was okay. No, that didn't change Doctor Who forever. I'm sorry. By the time you got to the chase, especially the Dalek Master Plan, then they were established as these ultimate foes, right? Consequences are far-reaching, and this show isn't real, right? It's all made up. With Gallifrey's interference in this song being considered one of the opening shots of time. Oh God, stop! Will you just stop? Stop inserting all your modern day bollock. It was a show that was just be entertaining at that time and space and not contradict what became before. They weren't setting up the time war, right? Like Brain and Morbius was not setting up the timeless children. Will you stop with this bloody nonsense? They were just doing what they don't do today. Again, making an entertaining and exciting TV show without trying to beat you over the head with the point of the day, whilst making incredibly strong moral points. I mean, look, the Doctor holding up those two wires saying, "Do I have the right?" That's brilliant. The moral ambiguity and that is absolutely brilliant. So bumping into Queen Victoria, how did that make everything different, right? Usually the Doctor does a pretty good job of making sure they don't cause any colossal change to Earth's timeline. Yes and no. I mean, look, the Schlepper were behind the Great Fire of London. I mean, pretty much because of the Doctor's involvement. If I stop and thought about it, I mean, Mary Celeste, it's the Daleks, okay, whatever. But it's not unheard of. And in fact, this was the second year. The first year they bumped into what's his name? Christmas Carol. What's it called again? Charles Dickens. Right? They were always bumping into historical. That was part of the setup of the revamp, right? In Tooth and Claw, the 10th Doctor and Rose saved Queen Victoria from a big bad werewolf in the process, accidentally infused the DNA with some of the royal family, but since Queen Victoria isn't the type of person to move past the terrifying encounter, okay, fine. So, again, none of this is real, mate, okay? None of this is real. Torchwood's experimentation with the hole between universes in Army of Ghosts led to the Battle of Canary. Okay, so Torchwood was created. Stop. Crash landing on Karn. Okay, The reason they do these things is so we watch it and enjoy it, right? They wanted to surprise us with a new Paul McGann adventure. And frankly, for the last 10 years, we've been dying for more Paul McGann, right? Yeah. And his absence has been very much felt. And that's the spin-off we all want. Oh, man. So that's why he was there, to make us go, oh, that's cool. Oh, it's his 50th anniversary. Released as a surprise minisode leading up to the 50th anniversary. Yeah, the 50th anniversary was a glorious time. When it was the height of Doctor Who. How did Paul McGann's Doctor end up regenerating the Eccleston's Ninth Doctor? He didn't. Yeah, I think the insertion of the War Doctor, I think, is fantastic. I love that too. Interesting, the Doctor had no idea he was going to land on Khan. A complete coincidence. Not real. I think you get the feeling that it was all set up. Like everything in the Time War is a setup and manipulation. I mean, you could say anywhere he landed. When he climbed up the Pharos antenna, right? That changed Doctor Who forever. When he went to Metabolus 3, it changed Doctor Who forever. Don't you think she looks tired? Right. So how's this changed Doctor Who forever? So it must have come as a bit of a shock into the timeline. When it was this at the end of World War III, the Doctor informs Rose that Harriet will go on to be Prime Minister for 3 successive terms, become the architect of Britain's Golden Age. Well, we had Britain's Golden Age. They said it in the Christmas special. Oh, the Britain's Golden Age, they call it, right? And I do like that. I love that kind of like throwaway connection. I thought that, again, the Ashley Davies one is actually working well. So it must have been a shock to the time when only a few months later, the freshly regenerated 10th Doctor has a premiership cut short with 6 simple words. Don't you think she looks tired? Yeah, so before that, that's how Hal Sachs and the Master came in. That was the whole point. Again, it also introduced them. Oh, God, for fuck's sake. Sorting at the edge of creation. Yeah, I think that I would say that actually defined this this era with no canon, right? This era has no canon or internal consistency, right? And I at first I thought, yeah, putting the salt here and like bringing fantasy into the Doctor Who realm via that, I thought worked very well. But then you got to remember you had the Gravity Mammoty line before that, and it was just so stupid, right? And it's stuck, right? So it's got really nothing to do with the salt. Plus, Brown Isaac Newton was a bit of a change, wasn't it? So Daily Doctor is a sci-fi show. Doctor's always had a firm plot in the fantasy genre. Yeah, but it's always had some kind of scientific explanation, right? Which is why a lot of us liked it. Werewolves, ghosts, witches, vampires, all have had scientific explanations, right? Even a Loch Ness monster. That's a scientific explanation, but terrible special effect. Still, the show has always been careful to remind the audiences that what they're watching isn't fantasy, and these magical elements have always been explained at some point, usually by revealing they're actually aliens. Right. That was until the 6th anniversary special Wild Blue Yonder, where the 14th Doctor made a fatal mistake of casting a line of salt, invoking superstition at the edge of the universe, where the walls are thin and things and all things are possible. Again, look, you know what? I'm actually going to say this was a good idea, right? It could have been done very well. It just wasn't. It was executed very badly, right? He very quickly realized that this has crazy consequences and permanently altering the nature of reality and owing up to myth and legend and also Mavity, right? So, the Giggle, it goes fast. Giggle, Church on Ruby Road, Devil's Call, 73 yards. That really would have explained it very well. But, okay, I'm going to say that was a good idea. Just what came from it was very bad, right? I would love to see that imagine if Robert Holmes came up with that idea that they use superstition at the edge of the universe, right? And that made them bring in horror and fantasy elements into it. Oh man, Robert Holmes would have had an absolute blast with that, wouldn't he? Oh my God, but Rusty Davies just has trannies. Rose's overtime. Yeah, that's how Rose became a... Oh, you can say about all of them! Oh, for goodness sake! For goodness sake, right? I mean, like, if Harold wasn't a weird, somehow semi-pedo guy, I don't know, like Perry would have gone with the doctor. You can say that about literally every companion, right? Like, all of them. Yeah, okay, fine. That's how she became the companion. And what's the last one? Checking up on Susan. Checking up on Susan. That's it. You say, is that how they became the original companion? Okay, that's a lame, dumbass article. I am sorry, right? I am sorry. Let's look at this Jodie story, because I've been meaning to get for it for ages. Doctor Who's Jodie Whittaker praises Chris Chibble's Phasmin writing. Oh, we want to do scissoring in the TARDIS, but we forgot. We didn't do it in the end. It didn't come out of nowhere. No, it came out of pandering. That's what it came out of. Exclusive. It's only exclusive if people, more than one person's interested. And they're not. Jodie Whittaker heaped praise on Doctor Who's former showrunner Christian was for the beautiful way in which the scenes between Whittaker's 13th son Yasmin Khan, played by Mandit Gill, the least convincing lesbian relationship of all time. Legend of Sea Devils, which was co-written with the lesbians so they could write the lesbian scenes. Whittaker's penultimate episodes. Yaz admitted she had romantic feelings for the Doctor. Oh, I want to finger bang the Doctor. Oh, I mean, really? Really? You can't finger bang the Doctor. I'm sorry. Oh, but I want to because I was bullied because I'm a Muslim in Yorkshire. Really? Well, it didn't flourish into a romantic relationship. Plenty of fans loved the scenes between the pair of them. Yes, they shipped Phasmin. I mean, they got to be leaning to Phasmin on Big Finish, haven't they? They've got to. Speaking to the Radio Times ahead of her and Gill's Big Finish debut next year in the upcoming 13th Doctor Adventures, which seems to be replacing the 9th Doctor Adventures, but okay, whatever. I think it was really it really treasured ending because me and Mandit started it together, and so to end the series together or end our vision of it together was really very beautiful. Your vision was shit and completely detached from anything even vaguely Doctor Who, much like the current vision of it. Yeah, I thought Chris's writing of the relationship development between Yaz and the Doctor was really beautiful. Oh, it made my girly bits tingle. Oh, it did. Icky thump. And pepper throughout the seasons. It didn't come out of nowhere. No, it came out of like everything needs to be gay and relentless pandering, right? Relentless pandering. Oh, no, it didn't come out of nowhere. It didn't come out of nowhere. I think it was just naturally bounced off how we felt about each other. Really? Really? Did you lick each other's pussies then, did you? I don't think you did you? No, like, and why is there a bed in the fucking TARDIS? Hey, I'm going to do some scissoring in the TARDIS. And I think that being so well received from the fans has been brilliant. We hated it. Like we literally hated it, right? Speaking of sheer unabiding hatred for Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who, what I think the nadirs of Doctor Who, right? Let me find it. I can find it. I got too many things here to find. 15 Doctor Thief. I got all this kind of stuff in here. I have it. I'm sure I still got this, right? I'm sure I still got this. Have I got news for you, Tom Baker? No. It might be in the next folder. Lizzo. No, that's the wrong clip. The Doctor's chocolatiness. That must be a quote from Shooting Gatwa. God help us. God help us. Here, let's have a look in this folder. I thought it was it. I found a clip saying letting kids choose their own. Was it let kids choose their own gender? No, afraid not. Oh, I'll find it right after I'm finished. I wanted to find the COVID scene that they made. It is god. Okay, I can't find that. For here, I got something equally cringe. Right, equally cringe.
Do you guys ever think about dying?
Okay, fine. The Unfuckables. There you go, gentlemen. Where were to? That's been brilliant. We hated you. Fucking hell. Even now, obviously, they got new people doing this, the new Avengers. No, we don't like those either. But we had a wonderful interactions with different fans of Doctor who still find the relationship between these two characters very meaningful and impactful for them. Fucking hell. What about people who found it like deeply lacking meaning and have no impact whatsoever? There's a lot of them about. There is a lot of them about. Whittaker releases said she's very protective of how she's bowed out of the show, fired, and is currently recording Big Finish with her co-star Gil. Gil said the fact that we get to revisit and go on adventures as the Doctor and Yaz is really exciting because it's a very unique job that way. Yes, I know, and you are glomming onto it. That is very true. In most jobs, you film it, it ends, and that's it. Please, that's what we wanted for you too. But obviously, with this, it has the entire world and life outside of the TV show. As for whether they get to explore the relationship in audio, of course they're going to. They're going to have like some parallel world or alternate where they're a happy domestic couple. Of course it's going to happen. Right? This is Big Finish we're bloody talking about, right? Of course it's going to bloody happen. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.